am super excited and I'm honored to be with a special finalist today for the Best Teleplay Awards, the Houston Comedy Film Festival. And I am super excited. Hannah Rose Vernot, where are you from?
I'm from California, the San Francisco Bay Area. I don't know if it's necessary to get any more like specific than that, but like the east part of the Bay. So not technically San Francisco, but close enough.
So, question, I'm in Houston right now and it's so far getting better. Is it still hot over there or is it getting better?
So it's what I've heard is like it's supposed to get better. Like it's I guess it has gotten cooler this week, but like I just remember like 4 weeks ago I heard my friends saying like, oh, we're gonna have like one more heat wave in like the next week, and then it's gonna be cooler. And then we had like at least two more heat waves. So
Oh my
yeah,
God.
but it has been cooler this week. So hopefully that's gonna keep happening. Um,
Wow.
I I really don't think like Bay Area heat really compares to Houston heat, but yeah.
Oh yeah. And I just asked because with all of your writing, the Stocktonian Exchange, do you do your writing whenever you're outside? I've just figured because you're in California.
I mean, I don't write when I'm outside, but like
What can you tell everybody about your screenplay and tell them just a little bit more so they can hear it out of your own words? Because it's interesting dealing with spirituality.
yeah, I mean, so yeah, I guess like basically it's about these two sisters. They're YouTubers. They're in like this kind of like outdated genre of YouTubing, which is called urban exploration. Like basically people like go explore like I guess abandoned areas or places that like the public don't usually enter, and film themselves doing that.
I like
Yeah,
that
one
stuff.
day, yeah, one day they die, I guess, and then yeah, basically the whole comedy of it is supposed to be like they're dead and they're ghosts, but like it's basically like they're alive. Like they're basically walking among the living and interacting with everyone as if they're alive. And that's kind of the whole problem that they're trying to solve. But yeah.
Where did your thought process come behind that, your inspiration?
Um, I don't know, like, so these characters, like, technically, I've had these characters, like, in my brain, like, of this, like, weird dysfunctional family with, like, all adult children, like, for a while. I didn't really know, like, what plot lines to put them in. And one day I was just thinking, like, wouldn't it be funny if, like, one of the siblings woke up the other ones and, like, said that they were dead, but it's like they weren't even dead and they were just, like, having, like, this normal bickering like type of sibling like dynamic, but they're talking about how they're dead. And I was
Yeah.
like, that would be really funny. And then I wrote that first scene. And I'm like, okay, I have to build upon this though. So yeah.
What's your ideal situation for this? Like you would want to partner with someone that does animation?
Yeah. Most ideally, but it could be anything, honestly. It could be either.
Hmm. Have you spoken to anybody right now for anybody that's listening? Because I know I will send this to the right person that gets a chance to like hear all about it from you.
I haven't quite yet gotten to like speak with anyone. Like that's my goal, but like yeah, I would love to like that's kind of my goal with like all of these film festivals, this one included, is like trying to get it out there and get eyes on it. So yeah, like spreading it around is like my main thing.
You're doing perfect. Like I would say the biggest thing is just making sure that you're constantly putting yourself out there because so many people I've discovered, it's just like, if they're quiet, no one's gonna see it. And especially if you have similar interests like somebody else, they're like searching for you. And then it's like, where have you been my whole life? That's usually how it ends up, usually.
Yeah,
And so when it comes down to any sort of unions, you haven't joined any unions yet, but you've been writing for years.
yeah.
How long have you been writing again? If you have to
So
years.
I mean, so yeah, like I guess the like a lot of writers like I could say like, oh, I've wanted to write or I've technically been writing since I was like a kid. Or like
Hmm.
I've just been like putting words on a page. I did major in creative writing in college. So I have a BA in that. I guess like, but it's all up through college, it was pretty much all prose because like there was really no program for like not prose. So like
Mm,
honestly it was like until I mean I did go to college in like the greater LA area where like the entertainment industry is kind of like a thing. So
yeah.
or, like, it's a big thing, but like yeah, I guess like prose has always been because like I've had ADHD and it's just like difficult to write prose and just put like ideas down like that and think of what to write. So like honestly, a much better medium for me it was like script writing. So like after I graduated, I'm like, actually, this is where I want to take my career. Like it's like such a big world. And honestly, like since it's a visual medium, you can like think more of the visuals in your brain and then like a director will interpret that for you. So yeah.
Oh, speaking of a director, and I'm thinking of a director and how they interpret it for the audience that's watching, where do you see this fitting into the market when you think about the script? What kind of shows or movies it would remind people of?
Yeah, so like one thing, and I don't even know if this might be an insecurity, but honestly, in terms of marketing, it might be like an advantage is like when I was writing it, I kept thinking like this is literally just like this is literally just Arrested Development, but with like other people, like Filipino people, I guess. Like this, it literally just reminded me of like either Always Sunny, Arrested Development. I'm like, this is gonna be like an obvious comparison in marketing. And like, yeah, I couldn't really tell if that's like a good thing or a bad thing. Like personally, like I would consider that derivative, but like honestly, I feel like that could definitely be a strength when people are looking at it.
Yeah.
So yeah.
I mean, I'll put it like this, if you know what people in your family, if you're already seeing like your family members regularly watching like their shows, their content, you kind of have a feel of what the market, also was interested in as well. And so, yeah, you're not saying anything wrong. Like you're right. Yeah, you have an idea.
Yeah. I've
And
always one thing I've just always wondered is like with writers, like if you compare if you make like an obvious comparison of their work to like this well-known other thing,
mhm.
sometimes I wonder if like they think that's an insult because then you might think they might think you're saying that like you think their shit is like unoriginal or something. And I'm
No, that's actually really important. So I will tell you, within my role as a director, and then also a lot of like the investors or like different people that I'm speaking to, many times they're getting so much stuff. I know I get so much stuff sent my way. And so let's just say if somebody is looking for women's content or they just want action or I only want horror movies. Like that's all that I want. I know very quickly, like, okay, this is the right person for you. You know what I mean?
yeah.
It saves you like so much time and things like that. And so definitely it's so important to know if somebody were to talk to you, where does it fit into the market? Anything that you make, are you writing anything else too right now?
Yeah, I have a couple of specs and I have this other pilot actually that like because I've stopped like entering Stocktonian Exchange in like as that pilot. So like my main pilot that I'm entering into like film festivals and like contests and programs is this other pilot. The show I working title of the show anyway is supposed to be Wildflower of the Valley, and the pilot, because I love giving my pilots actual titles, is Cardinal Bloom. So that's the one that like I just rewrote it and like is on like one of the final stages of like a final draft. So yeah, that's the one I've been like that one's my baby for now.
Oh, nice. And congrats on this. You're a finalist. That's a big deal because we're one of the top film festivals like on Film Freeway. That's a big deal. You worked hard.
Yeah, thank you.
Man. And for anybody that's watching, what's the best way? Especially I'm thinking, okay, really quick, because I need to know your opinion. I want everybody to hear it from you. Your pick. From first choice to like second choice, I guess if you had to say, I know you're open. Would you prefer like animation for something
Yeah,
like
that's my
yeah.
preferred medium.
And
But
then
yeah, I'm open like yeah, I'm open to like anything. But yeah.
yeah, you're open to it, but like if you had to pick, I'm just gonna say this, whatever you want to make happen, just know that it's like you can create your world and you can choose who you want to work with. So like outside of the film festivals, while you're doing the tour, do you happen to go to meetup groups in Cali?
Yeah,
Okay, cool.
definitely.
You're meeting some good people over there?
Yeah. Not
As
always like yeah, there's like a wide variety of people, so it's not really necessarily like people in the entertainment industry, but it's like they're like a lot of, or like a lot of writers or producers or anything, like a lot of them are like, makeup artists and things like that, like just completely different, like,
If I can give you a pro tip, maybe this will help because I feel like there are so many people that are over there in LA that want to be on camera and they're always like wanting to maybe grow their careers. What if you partner with maybe one of those influencers that maybe has a following and then maybe it's like, oh, I have this script. Maybe would you be interested? Because it's like if they're going to be on social media doing their thing every day anyway, okay, let's just throw this into the mix. And then this other person that's doing everything by themselves, look, you can totally do your own thing. Just saying.
yeah, it's true. Yeah, I've never been like super big on social media like myself, so like having like someone boost it would be helpful. That's true.
I think the biggest thing for you, without having to be really big on the social media, is going to the meetup group or going to any of the social media influencers in your area that are like always on camera and they're like, I want somebody to give me a chance. And they're already posting their own skits online. And it's like, okay, instead of waiting for somebody to give me a script, I'm giving you a script right now. I worked really hard on it. I'm a finalist and in other awards that you have received. Are you kidding me? Stop playing, girl. You got this.
Yeah. And they're like LA is definitely crawling with them. So yeah.
Yes, and just be careful too. Just make sure that regardless of whatever they say to you, just pay attention to their actions. And then I think you know this too. Make sure they show up on time. I pay attention to that. Make sure they show up on time so that way it's never assigned to you of disrespect of your time.
Yeah. No, that's true. Yeah.
And how can people stay in contact with you if they want to connect with you?
Um, so I guess like I don't know, I could like drop I don't know if there's like a chat. I could drop like my links in the chat if that would work.
I can put it into the description. Yeah, I can put it
Yeah.
in there for you. Yeah. But it was a pleasure.
Yeah, definitely.
Is there
Yeah.
anything you would like to say that you would like the audience to know about you? Fun facts?
Fun fact, I don't know. I guess like I know I have heard like advice from like the industry for writers all the time as they like said like, oh yeah, people are definitely going to be interested in like all the non-really writing, non-entertainment related things because like that might make just as happenstance be interesting like when you're writing. Like I guess like my other day job or like my current day job
Mhm.
is like plants, basically working with plants like landscaping.
Oh,
Yeah, because
nice.
I live near San Francisco. I work in San Francisco. Like we're part of like this nonprofit that's trying to like greenify and beautify the blocks in like the Sunset District of San Francisco. Like
Yeah.
because like the trees there are very old. We're just trying to plant new trees to like replace them. And so like yeah, urban forestry and like climate action is like is that's like the other industry I'm trying to like get into and like really get like my foot into. So yeah, I'm currently training to be like an arborist. So yeah.
Wow. That's
Yeah.
really, really cool. I'm going to definitely keep that in mind. And it's interesting because I've even seen people do projects on sustainability and things like that for the environment. So I'm like, oh, this is nice. I'm going to remember this.
Yeah. Yeah,
But
the problem that's why like I haven't moved to LA yet is because there's not for me there's not enough trees in LA. But like I guess if I wanted to be part of the solution, I would actually go there and help like sustain and plant more trees because God knows like Southern California needs more trees that are not ugly palm trees. But yeah.
oh, I believe that. I
Mm.
believe that. And then with the fires and everything.
Yeah, definitely.
You're not near any of that, by the way, are you?
No, well, yeah, I guess like this past summer, like in the Bay Area, like sometimes we'll get like an ugly fire. It hasn't like several years ago we had like some fires where it was like raining ash and like we had to wear like masks to like cover it. But like the
No.
past couple of summers it hasn't been that bad where I was. So like, but only time will tell, you know.
Time will tell. But
Yeah.
I'm gonna pray that everything, no, no
Yeah,
fire, no fire. No, but it was a pleasure. And am I gonna be able to see you at the festival? Are you coming down? Will you make it?
yeah, I'm coming. Yeah,
Yeah, are you
hopefully.
coming with your friends?
No, it's just me. No,
Okay.
none of my friends, honestly, like, none of my personal friends or family even know about this. Like, I'm gonna just disappear for a couple nights and then I'm gonna come back to California and then,
Boy,
yeah.
we're gonna take pictures and everything, and then whenever I see you, we'll do like another press, like a whole thing.
Yeah. Yeah, and then
What?
maybe I mean, like, yeah, part of me gets a thrill that if like they happen upon like some publicity thing like with me in it, and they're like, "What?" She never said
Oh,
anything
so
about that's part of
you're
it.
basically like, oh wait, I'm just gonna be chill, and then you can Google me. You can Google me, and
Yeah,
you can.
kind of. Yeah, that's
No, I
part of it.
like that.
Yeah.
I like that. I like that. You're keeping it mysterious.